Welcome to my first vegetable garden. Today I'm going to show you how to plant onion bunches. I purchased these at a store. They're $4 or $5 for a bunch of 50. And I made these, or grew these actually, in January, and I showed you how to do it. I showed you how to overseed your cells so that you could have onion bunches to plant come March or April. Today's April 4th, so these are ready to go in the ground, and they've been growing for a good 2 months, 3 months, so they're ready to go. And again, when you grow them in cells, onions are almost indestructible, so you can really pack them in there. As long as you keep them watered and fed, they're going to grow, and all I'm going to do is, gently pull these apart, and I'm going to plant them. When you buy the bunches from stores, the root systems are going to be dried out, so you want to soak them in a bowl of water for an hour or two before you plant. Before I get to those, you want to set your soil up. Put in some organic matter. I use peat moss and some other things. I use what's available. You can check out the other videos to get an idea of how I do it. But once you add what you want to your soil, turn it over. Make sure the soil is really loose for onions. The bulbs aren't going to form really well if the soil is too clay or too compact. I put in my organic fertilizer, and all I'm going to do is mix it into the top 4 inches. And you can see how loose the soil is. Remove any weeds or things that get in the way. Let me get rid of that shovel. And really just mix everything in. This is how my soil used to look, like really thick clay, so it's getting better every year. Even out the planting area, break up any clumps. And you want a nice flat surface that is really, look how loose it is. If you reach in here, the onions aren't going to have any trouble forming bulbs in the soil. And that's one of the key to the onions, is just really loose soil. When you buy your onions, they're going to say they're either short day onions or, they're short day onions, midday, long day onions. The difference really is the length of days of light you have. In my area, I want to grow 100-day onions, which are the short days. And it really, if you go to Home Depot or something, usually they stock what's relevant to your area. But if you look online, you can look up your state or your country and figure out what type of onions you would grow. So let them soak. And let me show you just how to separate the other onion bunches. You can see, I told you in the other videos, these root systems are almost indestructible. You can see they're breaking. Be gentle, but I'm being a little rougher just to prove a point. Is you don't have to worry about these breaking. Onions are going to grow. They're almost indestructible. So look how nice the root systems are. They're going to go right into this bed. So packed in there are 5 great onions. These are Spanish onions, and I'm going to plant the whole bed, but basically make a circle. I think these call for every 4 inches, so you want to do about every 4 inches. You can plant them closer together if you're not going to let them grow to full onion bulbs, but you make the hole deep enough. Let's do this one. Make the hole deep enough so you can drop in the whole root system, but keep the roots so that the bulb and the roots are above the soil. Well, just above the soil. You want the onion to form up here. You don't want to drop an onion down like this. It's just not going to bulb up. So you don't want to do that. You want to plant it so that the roots drop all the way down, and then you backfill and just drop it just like that. That's almost perfect. That's where the onion's going to form. So you're going to do every 4 inches. Let me change this out. I'm going to do these a little bit closer. The more space you give them, the greater chance they have to getting to full size. I'm going to be eating these at all different stages of development. And you can see that the root systems are still like right there. That's really, really important. And I would just go down the whole row. Up here, I'm going to grow these Georgia sweet onions, and I couldn't find seeds for these. And plus, I do have an addiction. I have to buy stuff. So you just take out, the onions just like that, and you're going to do the same thing. Make a hole. They don't have really established root systems, or the root systems aren't as nice as the ones I just did, and just drop it in so that it's above the ground. That's the planting instructions. Every 4 inches or so, make sure the roots drop down, and the onions are going to form above the ground. And that's basically how you put the onions in. 3 or 4 inches around, just drop them in. You'd water them in well. Make sure you have loose soil. Put some fertilizer on top, work the fertilizer in, and you're good to go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please check out my blog at www.therustedgarden.blogspot.com, and also check out my YouTube videos. Thanks.